when I try to play the GBG 120, I feel it's very interesting. I feel the tube amp history inside this amp for the Fender-like clean and the Super Marshall, molded Marshall, and now the modern high-gain sound, but still very dynamic and very punchful. So I'm really impressed. So what is your original idea to design the GBG 120?
Right. My original desire when it came to designing the GBG 120, which is a beast of a solution. It is actually the pinnacle of bringing all my knowledge together into one box. So we are getting the 4 channels, just like you said. We're getting the Fender clean, the full clean, like really big clean with really big bottom if you want that, to crispy clean, chimey clean, and then you get the vintage modes, and you get the vintage hard rock modes, and then you get up to the metal and metal modes, and then you go all the way up to death metal and thrash and really gent music of today. I mean, this is the goal, to make one amp that can actually sound good in all different genres, not just be like a high gain amp with a really not so good sounding clean, or the opposite, where the clean is good but the high gain is not there. And all of this also carefully needed to make it, extremely versatile but also intuitive to use. So I used my pro audio knowledge from the mixing consoles to bring like a console style front panel where you have very logical set out, so you actually have total control of each channel.
Wow.
And then
Yes, the GBG is so small. So does your engineer hate you for the design of the GBG?
Yes, I mean, when we engineered the GBG, I mean, the biggest problem was to squeeze it down. My goal was to make it smaller than a Kemper rack or a Axe-FX rack with our digital. Everybody's complaining everything is too heavy, too big, it's impossible to bring analog on tour. So I wanted to prove them wrong, that you can bring the highest level analog on tour in a 3-rack unit case with only 20 centimeters of depth at 7 inches, and we got a super silent Noctua industrial fan in it to keep the temperature in a very complex cooling system, which makes it super cool. Even if you run 6550s and KD8s in it, you can run any kinds of tubes in pairs in it, and we have a built-in gate that is extremely musical. And the thing was, we could get it down to 16 kilos with this, like 30 pounds approximately. So that's almost half the weight of a 4-channel 120 watt big head. And we actually could get it to a 1/3 of the actual physical volume. So, I mean, if you would do that with a standard or regular kind of, rack gear, that would be like, let's say the Bogner Fish, that is 2 units, and then a VHT 2150, that is 4 units, that's 6 units, and then 40 centimeters deep. So that's 4 times the physical size of the GBG, which means that the GBG is actually truly very portable and very powerful. And it's very easy to service. So that's probably also the beauty of it, because it's beautiful from the inside out. So it's the easiest amp to service also. So people are always thinking, oh, it should be really a mess to service this unit. No, it's actually the easiest amp to service of them all out there. And we only use premium parts. Everything is custom, premium, extremely high level. So that's the dream amp, kind of, for me anyway. And I own a lot of amps, and I've tried a lot of amps.
Also for me, this is a dream amp. I can play the GBG whole days.
Yeah, we have people saying this is the amp for the rest of my life, or we have people saying this is the end game amplifier. And like I say, for me personally, I love all kinds of brands. I personally have loads of different amps, and this is just a small part of the collection, but I have Marshalls, Fenders, Voxes, you name it, Bogners and Soldanos, and all kinds of amps, right? Engels. But the point is that I never turn on any of the other amps. And it's not because they're not good, it's because it takes too much time and I'm too lazy. So I'm actually just plugging right into my amp, the GBG, and everything is there. And I'm too lazy to take out cables, plug into one amp, and that amp will sound fantastic, but maybe one sound.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's too much work to get one sound.